Let's take a look at this. This is from NFL.com. It's kind of interesting. Notable free agents who could be underpriced and also overpriced on the open market. So underpriced, they go with quarterback Jacoby Brissett, 31-year-old signal caller. It seems like everywhere they go, they love him as a backup. This guy's an interesting name, Dorrance Armstrong. It's a guy from the Cowboys, and doesn't get a lot of snaps. You see 566 pass rush snaps, 16 total sacks over the past 2 years. He's going to be 27. It's kind of interesting. How does a guy like that's productive not get more snaps? Well, Micah Parsons plays that. That's one of the ways. And then Tyler Boyd, we've talked about him. And again, the projection's pretty low. Overpriced, these aren't a surprise. Marquise Brown has not produced with the Cardinals, hasn't produced with Ravens. Probably not completely his fault, but still has not lived up to expectations. Gabe Davis is kind of interesting. People either love Gabe Davis or they're really concerned about him. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of middle ground. And Chase Young, you can certainly understand why people would be concerned with that. The 49ers didn't work out quite as well as they had hoped. When you look at the underpriced guys, so that's Brissett, Armstrong, Boyd, who intrigues you there? And then we'll do the overpriced, which ones you're more concerned about.
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong for sure for me. Look, like you said, he didn't play a ton, but it's because not only Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, but you also have more rotational pieces like a Dante Fowler. He was a second-round pick on Sam Williams last year as well, and he boxed him out. Armstrong did. So a very good pass rusher. Dan Quinn comes into that team, and he really, clearly bought into what Armstrong had to offer. He's got good bend. He's springy. He's quick off the line. Maybe not the greatest all-around player. There's some Okoronkwo, I suppose, is like a very good pass rusher that's, there's some question marks in the rest of his game, but he's a really, really good player that I like a lot and think, there could be a good value potentially in free agency there.
All right, as far as the overpriced guys, who concerns you more, Brown, Davis, or Chase Young? Which would you be more buy or beware? And who knows if they're going to be good, but I'm saying when you look at it, if you go, I'd be careful.
Yeah, I'd probably go Chase Young for that one. He actually did have a good Super Bowl, but his playoff run before that was not particularly impressive. And really the whole second half of the season in San Fran, he just could have been better. Could have offered more. Could have been, just more of a value after, they trade a third-round pick for him. You pair him with Nick Bosa and Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead and all those guys, and he was fine. He just wasn't really, you thought maybe he would take off and take advantage of that. And look, he played with a good platoon in Washington as well. So, look, he's a good player. You see, there were a couple snaps in the Super Bowl against Donovan Smith where he looked like the second overall pick. But I think because of the draft capital, the draft status, if you will, for him, he'll probably get overpaid because those guys just do keep getting more money. And the downside risk is there, no question.